But the survivors and witnesses of the tragic events that unfolded will forever remember the images that they saw that day. Photographer Phil Penman, who was on the scene, he joins us with Leslie Haskin, who was in her office on the 36th floor of the North Tower when the plane hit. I'm going to start with you, Phil. You're a photographer. You were doing what you do. You heard what was happening. You ran down to the scene. You started taking photographs. I mean, the first question I had is, did you know that you were in danger by getting so close?
Morning. To be honest, you're pretty much very unaware. You become like you're taken to another place, and you kind of there's that moment where you're photographing people, and you really don't know if you can go through with it because you're seeing people at their weakest hour. But it was, when it was all going down, it was very surreal. I was looking up at the building, photographing the flames coming out, and all of a sudden the building you hear this rumble, and it's coming down. And you're looking for the viewfinder, and you're just seeing the shards of the building getting closer and closer, and you're totally, you're completely unaware until you see that it's coming closer and closer to you. I was about a city block, and for me, like, firemen ran past me, and they were just like, run, run, run. And I ran into a music store that was right behind me.
And it was there that you ended up. It was there that you ended up meeting someone, correct? That was you had this close relationship with that person since then. Tell us about that.
Yeah. A lot of the people that I photographed that day, like, I've since reached out to. There's a friend of mine, Joanne Capistro, who I photographed on that day, and we reunited after connecting through the 9/11 Museum. And I actually photographed her wedding about 17 years later, which was nice. And then I was with her at the weekend. And there's a lot of the people that I've photographed that day I've since met with, or I've stayed over at their house, had dinner with them. It's been, if I was to say anything nice that came out of this, it was the connection that I made with the people that I photographed that day.
Absolutely amazing. You were with her probably definitely on her worst day and on her best day. Leslie, you were on the 36th floor in that North Tower. You lost 22 friends that day. You suffered through very severe PTSD. Tell us about that day. And also, I think so many people think, it happened and don't really understand how long people carry that trauma with them.
Yeah, you're right. I think from the moment the plane hit the building, we knew that it was only a matter of time because we heard the explosion, we felt the impact of it, and the building shook so violently and never really righted itself. Imagine going through a building in the stairs that were narrow and filled with smoke, and seeing people and hearing people screaming and being burned alive. And where we came out of the building was where most of the jumpers were. So it's been 20 years of remembering that and hearing those sounds again. I'll never forget the sound of that building coming down. I'll never forget the sounds of people screaming and looking for help, and those brave firemen who risked their lives and really gave their lives to go up those stairs to help some of my friends.
Yeah, it's just, as you describe it, I just can't even imagine. You say that what got you out of this was God. Tell us.
Absolutely. It was after 9/11, and my son talked to me about something that he'd heard in school. He went to a Christian school at the time, and he was talking to me about a scripture that he learned in school. And for some reason, it resonated with me. And I just went to the Lord that night and just prayed. And I said, I don't love you because I don't know you. But if you really are the God that my mother said you were, if you really are the God that my father preached about, then I'm going to need you to be bigger than this event for me. And I went on a journey then of discovering who God is, and then learning again who I am and the strength that God gives us, each of us, in the human spirit to really be able to overcome.
Wow, what a message. He is bigger than the evil of that event and what happened that day and those people who caused that. Leslie, Phil, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Powerful.